I have a mystery house guest. Who you know what, Steve? I should have had, if he comes down, I could have put him on your camera and microphone over here because Steve is at home today, but I don't know how to do that. So I'll just bring him in here.
Yeah, you should just have it come in. And by the way, if this happens, we might be making too big of a tease, but I think it's gonna excite our crowd this morning.
We have a celebrity. We have a celebrity who's sleeping over. Their children are upstairs. I have very few friends, real friends, not like, oh my God, how are you? Not that kind. Real friends who are celebrities. Okay.
This is, I hope.
This guy is, and he's fabulous. Oh my God. One of my best. Anyway.
You know what I like, Billy, on Thursdays? I like fun. I think I feel like we're at business. I like Thursday. Maybe he pops in and we just have some fun.
Guess the guest in the, wow, aiming low, is Harry back. Look at it. Sharon, oh my God, shoot a little higher. No offense to Harry. We'll get to that. Good morning. Welcome. Morning Mike's here on a Thursday. It's ladies' night. We love Thursday in America. Yes, we do. Good morning, BB and Captain Steve. Captain Steve will get you high tonight. There he is. I love a fun Thursday morning Mike's, don't I? Oh my God. Well, at Morning Mike's, at Morning Mike's, we believe in 4-day weeks. We think it's good for America. Let me tell you something. I got a real theory on this. I don't work on Fridays. I'm too old, right? We've done this long enough that you got to balance the life, the work-play matrix. And I used to dread Mondays, right? Because the weekend was so short. And so you'd kind of take it into Sunday a little bit. And Sunday got to be a little more, make it count. Might be a Sunday fun day. Might be some rosé going on. Might be a little, a barbecue that went too late. With the 4-day week, I'm ready for Monday. By Sunday, it's nice and mellow. You're calm. Boom. It's like Sunday's the new Monday taken with a different attitude. And then you roll into Monday and you're ready to go. So that's the thinking on that. I only work 3 days a week. Whoa, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You just got to take that Tuesday sometimes. You know what I mean? My cat's name is Karen. Karen, you got to just take that Tuesday because it's like, ooh, that was an awful lot I expended.
So my brother's a firefighter, and I always wondered if I had that life. He works pretty much like 48 hours on. He goes in at like 7 a.m., He's in the station for 2 days. 7 a.m. Wednesday, he leaves. He just worked 48 hours. He's out until next Monday.
It's better than a flight attendant. The flight attendants go wicked hard for like 2 weeks, and then they just they take off for a while. They got a week off, and they get to go do their thing. Guys, it's exciting. We have a major development here in the world, in the international world. The Board of Peace has their inaugural meeting today. I'm going to try not to laugh. Initially assembled to discuss reconstruction in Gaza, aka divvy up the spoils. Now they gather to discuss conflicts around the world. Trump is the chairman of the Board of Peace. Presumably it continues after he leaves office. There is no end date to his tutelage. Look at these. Look at this lineup of all-stars here. There they are. I love this guy with the little stash there in the front. Who knows what country he's from? There's J.D. Vance next to Trump, just to fill out the photo, and Marco Rubio, make it look a little bigger. The Board of Peace has none of our traditional allies involved. There's, missing is France and the UK and Germany, and basically this is a really strong lineup. Steve, do you have the lineup photo, please? Thank you. Here it is. Khasem Homart Tokayev from Kazakhstan. He made the cut. There's Vajoza from Kosovo. Vajozovo, they call her because she's so synonymous with her country. Prime Minister of Pakistan, Shehbaz Sharif, in the house. And please welcome, coming out of the tunnel, representing the country of Paraguay, Santiago Peña. Santiago. Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdurrahman from Qatar. Fazi bin Farhan from Saudi Arabia, with whom we are doing great deals. Right, Jared? And Witkoff. Hakan Fidan from Turkey is in the house. Kadun Al-Mabrak is there from the UAE. Uzbekistan, you know it. Shavkat is there. Gambajayev from Mongolia. And Jordan's Ayman Al-Safadi is in the house. Bahrain made the cut. Morocco. Don't cry for me, Argentina. Javier Milei is in the house. Armenia's Nikol Pashinyan and Azerbaijan's Ilham Rosen is there from Bulgaria, and Viktor Orban from Hungary. Oh, Victor, the iron-fisted Victor. And Indonesia. Guys, there's the Board of Peace. Impressive group, huh? Trump says it might replace the UN. Oh my God. I'm just going to let you do your own work on this if you want. But our greatest adversaries, Russia and China, as well as longtime repressive Belarus, are among the countries invited to join the Board of Peace. Nobody knows more about peace than Xi Jinping and Vladimir Putin. Trump is selling seats on the board for $1 billion price tag, $1 billion, and you can join the board. You also get a Trump Bible on the way out. European allies, oil-rich Arab states, and the Persian Gulf, former Soviet republics, and even the Pope have received invitations to join. The Pope, I assume, gets a discount. I don't know. On the docket, we assume, will be the major war looming with Iran, which could be this week, could begin very soon, citing sources claiming the operation is going to be a joint operation between the United States and Israel. We got a lot of, we got aircraft carriers, we got fighter planes, we got a lot moving right now into the Middle East. So this is looming, but again, Trump often says things are happening and then they don't. But this one I feel like is unavoidable. And if you look at Polymarket, which is the global, betting site and futures site, Polymarket says it's 77% chance of war by the end of the year. I would say it's a pretty good chance by the end of the weekend. I mean, they're moving there. It seems like that's happening. It's all over their nuclear program. The Ayatollah Khomeini in Iran is issuing ill-advised threats on Twitter. Oil prices are surging. Lindsey Graham is glued to cable news with a bottle of lotion, warning interns not to interrupt his geopolitical goon sesh. That from my friend Riley Nork over at Pirate Wires. It's all we need, but Iran does need to be stopped. Joy, I think I don't trust Iran as far as I can throw them. I don't trust Trump as far as I can throw him. I have to be, as you know, but again, like, it's not all pointless and self-serving. Venezuela, we don't know what's happening since Venezuela. I mean, no one knows what the latest steps in Venezuela are. But in Iran, all the world's eyes will be on that. Quickly, let's take a small break for the word of the day. I think that's a new feature we need to go with. And let's have a competition who can use it in the best way here. The word is schlep. The word of the day is schlep. It is a verb, and it means to carry or lug. To schlep. After Pam Bondi and her minions were done adding so many thousands of redactions to protect those sick, horny, depraved, powerful men, we had to schlep the binders to Congress so she could behave like a child in front of them. There is my use of the word schlep. Okay? It's a great Yiddish word. I believe it is a Yiddish word. Thank you, Carol. Carol with that call. So, Nancy Guthrie. They're moving to genealogy sites, which I think is exciting. This is how they caught Brian Kohberger. It used to be that you would run DNA through the CODIS database, which looks at crimes of DNA, basically tests DNA against an established criminal database in America. That yielded nothing. Normally, that would end the DNA procedure. Now they use all the genealogy sites and they track extended relatives, and they've had success there. It is what caught Brian Kohberger, and that's what they're doing in the case of Nancy Guthrie. I hope this yields the same results. Again, I remain positive that Nancy Guthrie is coming home. I do believe it. Here, let's go to the chat section. This, ladies and gentlemen, is why we play nice with our neighbors. It looks like they're going to need Mexico's help in this. Yeah, the FBI has put in phone calls. They're talking to the federales. The feds and the federales are coming together. There is possible reason to believe in the FBI that Nancy is in Mexico and that she did not go right away, that it was several days later they escaped over the border. This is definitely why we treat Mexico well and need their help. I can hardly schlep my sorry ass out of bed today. I like that. I grew up schlepping. It's part of our heritage, taught by our great ancestors to schlep. Of course, you said shelping, but you know what? Sometimes it's very hard to. There we go. It's time to schlep. You know what? So Allie, I don't know if she'll appreciate this, but we had to schlep her father from Palm Springs last night. He's dealing with a major health concern. So back to the amazing Cedars-Sinai Hospital, transport ambulance from Palm Springs to Los Angeles late last night. And I have to tell you, this hospital is so great. Cedars-Sinai is just, one thing about living in Los Angeles is, there's a lot of problems like potholes and the mayor is terrible and other things, but we have really great hospitals here if you ever need them. UCLA, and Cedars-Sinai and St. John's, they're fantastic. St. Joe's and Burbank, they're all good, but Cedars is really just top of the line. And so we got him there, and I need to check in as soon as this is over. But there we go. Man, I've been in and out of Cedars-Sinai ER, like they all know me over there. When it fucking rains, it pours. You know what I mean? Anywho, lucky on that. Yeah, his name is Warren. I like to call him Wawa. Okay. So a little prayer for Wawa. He's an old dude and a real cat. I got a great photo of Wawa. I got to put it up if I can find you. This is one of the great looking guys of all time. He was in the garment business back in the day. You know the old joke about the two guys in the garment business? Murray and let's call them Murray and Larry. Murray comes up to Larry and he says, "Hey Larry, I heard about the fire in your factory." He goes, "Shh, tomorrow." Steve, nothing. That was late, Steve. That's a charity.
I was typing up. I was going to show a little Bushy joke of the day. I was busy. You
were giving me okay. Word of the day, joke of the day. Here we go.
I was trying.
Murray says to Larry, "I heard about the fire in your factory. Shh, tomorrow." It's a little insurance check collecting joke. Okay, not a big deal. Should we get to the big news of the day?
Billy,
that's it. That's all I got on Nancy. I do follow. I was gonna talk about this girl, Katie Ring. The self-defense girl. That's what she calls herself on Instagram. she's got some interesting posts. She found the guy who's like a neighbor, lives 15 miles away, and he has a little space in his lip where the mustache kind of, doesn't grow in. And it matches in what she said is the mask. You can see the guy's lip in there also has a space where the hair doesn't grow in the exact same spot. And the guy wears a ring, a big ring that you can see in the exact same position, the ring finger, not the pinky finger that comes through the glove. So there's that guy. I mean, I don't want to throw his name out there, not even his first name. I don't think it's fair, but I assume the FBI knows about this guy. You look at her comment section and it's like, you found it, you solved the case, you solved the case. I don't know. Go visit the guy. Make him give you a DNA sample and then leave him alone if he's just, but there is social posts of him talking about the whole thing. Like if it were him, this guy would be one of the great provocateurs you've ever met, because he's sitting there mouthing off as like a talking head of like who it could be. That's having a little too much fun. But anyway, I assume they're visiting that guy. Today, British police arrested Andrew. This is amazing. Let's start over. Today, British police arrested Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, formerly known as Prince Andrew, over suspicions of misconduct in public office after accusations that he shared confidential information with Jeffrey Epstein while serving as a British trade envoy. Oh, really? Secrets about trade. Oh, Andrew, here's your trade file. Go over here. You're going to represent. No, that's giving this big fat loser something to do. How about the sharing of underage girls? Oh, right. Then there's that. And police have also previously said they were assessing evidence that a woman was trafficked to the UK by Epstein to have a sexual encounter or 2 or 3 with Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, heretofore to be known as AMW. Andrew has denied all accusations against him. Go ahead, Andrew. Keep denying. You're like the Lance Armstrong of pedophiles. And insisted he never witnessed or suspected any of the behavior of which Epstein is accused. What a horrible man is Epstein. Also in there is Fergie. How sad is Fergie? I mean, Jesus, honey. Fergie is so desperate for money. She is such a fringe royal sponge. You know what I mean? She's just always looking for a handout. Like, Charles, are we still getting a dowry? I'd hate to have to write another book nobody buys or actually get a job. And so there's just emails and emails between Fergie and Epstein. Like, Fergie so doesn't want to have sex with Andrew either that she's just got loads of emails. She's communicating with Epstein like, Jeffrey, you are a saint. We love you so much. Thank you for your stewardship and your friendship and your gracious generosity and support, as he gives her houses to stay in, money to pay certain bills. He would give her checks, and she will take money from anyone. So she just looks pathetic in all this. And after he gets indicted, by the way, in 2008 and goes to jail, she continues. She's like, she comes out and says, I have nothing, this Jeffrey, these connections, I don't understand any, and then returns to the sponging and asking him for favors. What a sad existence for her. I mean, she's just as bad as anyone. She knows what her terrible husband is up to. Yeah, she wrote to Jeffrey, here we go, Joe. Absolutely. She told Epstein, just marry me. And literally she would. If Epstein was like, yeah, you know what? I'm looking for a beard, to cover my actual activities. And I'm going to get married. It'll look good. Yeah, sure. She would be like, no problem. Yeah. Can I just sleep? I'll sleep down the hall. You definitely don't want me. And, she would do, I'm not going to say it. She would Ghislaine, in my opinion. How sick is all of this, guys? Honestly. Yeah, she's just a pig like she is. She's a pig like Andrew. It's true. I was at Harrods years ago, and I thought I was in the queue to buy. Steve, I got the check.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
You just took down one mid-read. I was at Harrods years ago, and I thought I was in queue to buy, but it was a Fergie book signing, so I left it, and she looked miserable. Yeah. There was a time that she was so darn charming. Harry and Meghan are more of a threat to the monarchy because they aren't loyal. Well, I will say this, in Andrew, in the king's favor, King Charles, he put out a statement, and Buckingham Palace says we knew nothing about this investigation, that it was happening today, which it did. The king said in his statement that the law must take its course. Quote, I have learned with the deepest concern the news about Andrew Mountbatten Windsor and suspicion of misconduct in public office. What now follows is the full, fair, and proper process by which this issue is investigated in the appropriate manner and by the appropriate authorities. In this, as I have said before, they have our full and wholehearted support and cooperation. Let me state clearly, the law must take its course. As this process continues, it would not be right for me to comment further on this matter. He doesn't even call him my brother. He says the law must take its course, and he signs not King of England or King Charles. He signs it Charles. So he is taking, he wrote it as a personal letter. And police, by the way, searched King Charles' Sandringham estate, which is privately owned by him. That's a Charles pad, not a King pad. And that is where Andrew has been living, in a back cottage. Charles was, again, not informed about any of it. Copper Mountain, baby, there you are. I wonder if this will exonerate Harry and Meghan in leaving the monarchy. No. I mean, there's nothing to do with it. They didn't leave. They can't now claim that we left because we had to take a stand of what this terrible stuff that was going on with my uncle. We thought it was awful. We had to leave. No, I will say the UK is doing way more about holding people to account, people who are in the Epstein files, than we are here. I mean, we have a attorney general, whatever you want to call her. She's a joke, but she's, redacting names left and right, and not names of victims, not protecting victims in any way. Yeah. I mean, we are still sidestepping the issue here. Nobody is recognizing and validating with action these women. Trump, Bondi, Todd Blanche, Mike Johnson. Disgraceful. So hats off to the UK. Better place. Even their prime minister, Keir Starmer, is facing, major backlash over sending their ambassador. I think his name is it Peter Mandelson? Peter Mandelson, who was Jeffrey Epstein's friend. So the British ambassador would come to America and stay with Epstein in his brownstone and all of his different estates. And so they're like holding Keir Starmer, the prime minister, to account just for naming the guy ambassador. I wish we were more accountable here. I don't know what the hell is going on. But here's our list of accountability so far in America. Well, before we get that, let's put up, there you go. That's Virginia Giuffre. Look at, how sick is this? There's Virginia. There's Ghislaine Maxwell behind, smiling. The daughter, by the way, of media magnate Robert Maxwell. Very powerful UK. And look at Andrew. Look at him. Oh, he's such a soft, Randy Andy, soft, horny, depraved little man. So creepy. God almighty.
Bill, I think we need to hear from English Dick on this. I think we have an English insider. What his thoughts?
English Dick.
Here we go.
Cheeky bastards, press shouting out to the king just now saying, English Dick is watching TV over there giving us reports. Cheeky bastards, press, shouting out to the king just now saying, what does he think about his brother's arrest? Yeah, What is the king saying? Nothing. He said it all in his statement, and I believe it was a pretty good statement. I do. Good for the king. And Andy, it's time. You've lied. By the way, he just lies all the way through. Lie, lie, lie. I didn't know. I still didn't know. You're still being wronged, Andrew. You're still a victim yourself of this story. Nobody believes you. Nobody. Again, it's Lance Armstrong syndrome. You know what I mean? Lie to the end. He's past the point of return. All right, here we go. There's always one black sheep in the family. Well, tell me about it. Here's Lawson. We love her. Andrew clearly does not follow the same daughter rule as Billy does when it comes to dating. Oh, and there was none of that was dating. Here we go. Robert Maxwell owned the company who wrote a lot of our public books in the school system. Oh, is that another English filing right there? Andrew will be the scapegoat for the British family. You think, I don't know. I don't see Charles as, Charles was a big scandal, and all he did was fall in love with the woman that he really loved. He had an arranged marriage with Princess Di, and every one of us, every man is like, wait a minute, you took Camilla over Di? I don't know. I admire Charles. I admire the king for standing up for love. I don't think he went about it the right way. Certainly dragged Princess Di through, a lot of emotional upheaval. Couldn't stand up to the queen. He was up against constructs that went back centuries. But ultimately, he fought for his love, Camilla, his true love. And he will die a very much loved man in private as well as in office. You see these, she's no, it's no relationship of convenience. So I don't know. Big Ears did I love Diana too, but he didn't love her. And he never should have been forced to love her. After all these years, I find Charles and Camilla to be a great love story. Me too. Me too. Yeah. And by the way, Charles, you got to thank Andrew in a little bit. I mean, just the reflection, right? The juxtaposition of you next to Andrew, it really elevates you, right? When your brother's that much of a derelict, it does elevate you. Anyway, I think you just, he's such a gross person. But let's get through there's a great article on this in the Times, live updates. Here we go. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, arrested Thursday, investigated for accusations of misconduct in public office, as you know. The offense carries a maximum sentence of life in prison. Under British law, police generally cannot hold suspects for more than 24 hours without charging them. A court can grant an extension for a maximum of 96 hours. English Dick, if he's been charged, let us know. Police may be investigating whether the former Prince Andrew shared confidential information with Epstein. Nobody cares. Stop this fake little sideshow that, did he share trade secrets with Jeffrey? So, no one... He didn't have access to the greatest of trade secrets. He wasn't a serious envoy in the first place. They're just finding something for him to play with, finding a title for him to have so we can live off the public, pocketbook. He's not a serious person. So you can drop the whole, did he give away our trade secrets to Jeffrey Epstein? Jesus Christ. I mean, how stupid do you think we are? Just focus on the young girls and the trafficking. That's all we care about. Mr. Mountbatten Windsor served as a trade envoy. Oh, shut up. I'm not even going to read another thing about that. The police have said they will not confirm where Andrew is being held in custody right now. Perhaps English Dick knows. When anyone is arrested, we would never confirm where they are being held or interviewed. Former Prime Minister Gordon Brown issued a statement Thursday saying that he had provided additional information about Jeffrey Epstein to the Thames Valley Police ahead of Andrew's arrest. I have submitted a 5-page memorandum to the Metropolitan Surrey, Thames Valley, and other relevant UK police constabularies. Mr. Brown was Prime Minister during the period that the former Prince Andrew is being investigated for passing information. Stop the information. Oh my God. It's still like you see authorities still trying to soften the blow. More here. Stick to the hardcore facts of trafficking and abusing underage girls by sick, older, powerful, wealthy, pedophile men. That's it. Don't try and wave another, get the scent of the dogs, off of that. Yeah, he still denies it, Prince Andrew, every step of the way. Remember, in a statement in October, Buckingham Palace said it began a formal process to remove the style, titles, and honors of Prince Andrew. He will now be known as just Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. Still kind of lofty title for such a creep, right? So he's been living in the Sandringham estate. Have you seen do we have a photo of the Sandringham estate? I sort of sent one. I sent a series of 4 photos about Andrew. The Sandringham, there it is. Andrew and his, that's not bad. That's his little cottage right there. Pretty good for a pedo to hang out in. Yeah? His timeline, his association with Epstein, I mean, it's just he couldn't wait to just put aside his fake duties and just rush off to the next romp with Jeffrey Epstein. And Jeffrey Epstein, just not a serious businessman. We had yesterday, we had an expert from Dave, what was his name? Rodenheck or something. He was the data analyst for The Economist. And he looked at all the 1.4 million emails that he put through a database, an AI database. And they kind of sectioned them out into what topics were finance, academia, party time, entertainment, girls, whatever it was. And I just don't get the sense that Epstein was a serious businessman. He was paying people and people were paying him for advice, or whatever, but it's not an itemized, invoice. David Lammy, Britain's deputy prime minister, said nobody in this country is above the law and that the police investigation must happen in the usual way. Now, the family of Virginia Giuffre, who accused Jeffrey of trafficking her to Prince Andrew for sex when she was 17, welcomed the news of the arrest. They said, "At last, today our broken hearts have been lifted at the news that no one is above the law, not even royalty. He was never a prince. For survivors everywhere, Virginia did this for you." So, in death, as our Justice Department continues to redact and protect the names of powerful men and out the names of victims and ignore the victims standing behind Pam Bondi with their hands up saying, "We've never gotten a call back. We've never been talked to. We've never had an investigation. We've never had any activity." Yep, we just looked at some. Anyway, it's just absolutely heartbreaking, and they're doing more in the UK than we're doing here. Okay. Oh, it's also Andrew's 66th birthday today. May you spend it in cuffs, my dear man. Mark Zuckerberg, He was in LA yesterday. What do you guys think of this? Do you think Zuckerberg is... How accountable is he? How guilty is he for the addiction that young kids have to social media? By the way, put me in that group. I'm totally addicted. I scroll at night. It makes me so brain dead. But anyway, Zuckerberg spoke in court. They grilled him for over 5 hours in Los Angeles. Look at the scrum around him. Look how powerful that guy is. There's a 20-year-old named Kaylee who, it's her case that's the centerpiece of the case against Zuckerberg. She blamed Instagram for her depression, her addiction, her body dysmorphia. Her lawyer, Mark Lanier, showed an internal document from Meta in which Instagram head Adam Mosseri said that short-form video reels feature that had driven to an all-time high. So you see communications from him saying our short-form video reels feature, which is very popular, had driven to an all-time high, that his personal stretch goal was to get on track to pass TikTok in terms of time spent, right? Obviously, this is what they have. Our revenue goes up when people spend more time on it. It's not just signing up more people. It's more time spent, right? Like HBO Max and Netflix are fighting for subscriptions. Sure, they like time spent watching their streaming networks, but they're really wanting people more and more to sign up. So the lawyer, Mark Lanier, going after Zuckerberg, showed a 2022 document of milestones for Instagram, things that they had achieved. It projected average time spent on Instagram would grow from 40 minutes in 2023 to 46 minutes in 2026. I assume that's 46 minutes a day. In my case, it's borderline 46 minutes of every hour. Like, I don't know. I got to put that thing down. But God, it's riveting, and social media is the new cigarettes. You got to, it's social, big tech and social media. This is big tobacco of our time right now. Then they got into beauty filters. Now, if you have young daughters, this is a big thing for you. The beauty filters. There was a female employee. They unearthed an email from a female employee at Meta that she sent to Mark Zuckerberg. And she was like, I understand your decision, that you want to use these beauty filters, but I'm against it. I support you. Please don't fire me, but I'm against it. And the beauty filters are, you can Kardashianize your face. So if you're a young girl who doesn't like the way she looks, she can, make her cheekbones a little more narrow. She can plump up her lips. Older women can remove wrinkles. I suppose older men can too. But if you do, you're totally soft. Those are a big deal. I hate, if my daughter, I don't ever see them do it. But if they're, trying to make their faces more attractive, I go after Allie and her friends. I'm like, you don't get credit for a filtered photo. You don't. What do you think? Like, do we look pretty? Like, no, you don't look, you're not real. No filters. Keep it real. Look at this face. I'm a man who used to wear makeup every day on television. And now I share with you the true haggard old beast that I am. You see that right there? Yeah. Makes me look angry. Look at the forehead. Look at the holy shit, the sleeve. Ooh. You know why? Because there is no business like show business. That comes from within. That doesn't come out here, right? There's a young, beautiful little performer in my heart. Anyway, the filters suck. 30% of all 10 to 12-year-olds in America have Instagram accounts. And Meta says, our rule is you have to be 13. This is like an R-rated movie, right? Oh, You're not allowed to come in here unless you're with a parent and, you have to be over 16 or whatever it is. Sure, you did your work. Everybody's going to the R-rated movie. It's the same thing as the Lime scooter that my daughter fell off of. Hey, you got to wear a helmet if you're going to use one of our Lime scooters. And oh yeah, why don't you have to scan a helmet or something or show a picture of a helmet in order to unlock the Lime scooter? So it doesn't work unless you're holding one. Oh, right. Yeah. Well, that would be a problem. We're just saying it's the rule with nothing to enforce it. So we'll see what happens with Zuckerberg. And I do think, I think that, leadership, this is a big, big moment for leadership. If I were running for any type of public office right now, it would be to protect our kids from social media and to protect anyone who's been harmed by a powerful old man in a sex trafficking ring, and make them come forward and shame publicly my fellow elected officials who aren't doing it. Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, just absolute shame on you. And you know what? You have enabled and kissed so much Trump ass. You are past the midterms when he's a lame duck, and he is. Do not let him run again. Do not let him change the 22nd Amendment. After that, Mike, you're going to have to answer to people. And you will be tossed out. This will not end well for you. I promise you. I don't know why you can't see into the future beyond the immediate steps in front of you. You are going to pay a price for this. Absolutely. And you're too dumb to get ahead of it now. And by the way, that's strategic. Why don't you just do it because it's the right thing to do? And you're standing up for victims. Boom. There's joy. Social media. I know it. Oh, here we go. Look. I'm getting lectured. Billy, get a grip. The 22nd Amendment is not changing. I know. I tell myself the same thing. Because, no, we always push the line of what's too far. You're not aware. You're not paying attention to how many times you've allowed it to push before. You've already had that line pushed for you so many times. This is the one you can see in the future that you're drawing. That's it. This is my threshold right here. There will be an attempt. I agree with you. It's not changing. It can't. But something will happen. And I'll give you my prediction of what happens quickly. What's going to happen is we're sowing a lot of doubt, or doubt is being sowed into our electoral process, that it is rigged, that ballots are being stuffed, that registrants are being allowed who aren't legal. And there's so much doubt, hopefully sowed, that, or enough publicity on that doubt, that we can now deploy federal agencies and law enforcement to protect voting places, i.e., keep certain people out, and see if that doesn't affect the vote in a positive way. So look for law enforcement around major polling stations in key places, and you decide if you think that's all above board. That's what is definitely happening. Okay, U.S. women's hockey today, gold medal match against Canada. Yeah, baby. This is great. That's 10:10 Pacific time, 1:10 Eastern time. USA women's hockey in Canada in the gold. The men's hockey team beat Sweden in overtime. What a wild game. They will play Slovakia in the semifinal tomorrow. This is my favorite part of the Olympics is hockey. I'm not really a curling guy. People go crazy for curling. Let's look at the medal count. Yeah, what do we got here, Steve? Looks like we got Norway still leading the way with 34. Ooh, Italy has put a little distance between us. Yesterday, we were 1 away from them. They have 26. We have 24. Now they have 2. There's 2 between us. Japan is right behind us. And then Germany. That's the top 5. Sorry, France. We only recognize the top 5. There you go. When is it over? I mean, this weekend, right? We only have 2 days left in the Olympics, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you,
Sunday, I think, is usually like Sunday will be the gold medal game for hockey, I would imagine. So it's because the semifinals tomorrow, then Sunday, the gold medal match. That will kind of wrap it up, closing ceremony. It's usually on Sunday. We don't know when it ends, Billy, because for 20 years we were flying home while it ended.
yeah, I never went to the closing ceremony. I love to go to the opening ceremony, but never the closing.
Well, I do remember in Vancouver, you went to did you go to the hockey game? I feel like I remember you marching into the hotel after the gold medal or one of the hockey games. Maybe not in Vancouver.
Yeah, I went. Oh my God!
Right?
The greatest move ever was, remember, the USA and Canada at the Vancouver Olympics played in the semifinal
That's what
against
it was.
each other, but they also ended up as the 2 top point getters.
Yep.
So they had a rematch in the gold medal game, but we didn't find out until the day before. So I had flown home, and I was back in LA. And they announced USA and Canada will be the gold medal match, and it's on Saturday night back up in Canada. I'm already been home for 2 days. I put out a feeler and I say, who wants to fly back up to Vancouver? And we had 8 guys packed in on a plane. We chartered a plane, and it was an expensive move, but I used to make money. So I was like, this is going to happen. Everybody shared the plane 8 ways. And we flew up there. One of my buddies had been apprehended in an Atlanta airport. So he was in a government database. He had a camping knife in his backpack. And this was weeks before. So when we landed in Canada, they were like, they ran everybody's passports and they looked at him and they were like, dude, this guy, they pulled him aside. We had to go in and beg, and we were like, he's an idiot. It was a camping knife. Look at us. We're just trying to get to the game. And they finally were like, okay. So the Mounties let us go, and we drove these vans as fast as we could into the city, and we made it right to the puck drop. And I sat next to Bob Costas's wife at the game. I remember that. Bob Costas's wife. And we lost. We lost that game. Sidney Crosby puts one in, the winning goal for Canada, broke our hearts. And then we went to the great Umberto's restaurant. If you have ever been to Vancouver.
Oh, Umberto's.
Oh my God.
Oh, we ate there every night for 3 weeks. It was so good, I swear.
Yeah. I got to tell, hold on. My celebrity house guest is awake.
Oh, he's got to come on.
I have told people. Hold on,
while he's doing that, I'll say
I have told people I have a celebrity house guest, and it will be revealed, possibly. Period. But then you slept in.
We'll see what happens. Billy, with that hockey game, I remember I was at the hotel finishing work, and it's one of the only times I can think of my life when a city, like witnessing when they say like a city erupts. When Canada won, the city, you could hear the entire city like shake and scream. It was crazy. It was crazy. Is he going to come down, Billy?
He's naked.
I bet the chat would take that too. I don't know if that's a problem. I wonder who the guest is, says George Mehar. The entire country. Yeah, it was crazy. Policy.
Yeah. I think he's woken up after long travel, and unless we have filters, can we use filters? I think he feels a little like it's not his best.
Well, is he going to be here? Maybe he can be our show.
He's going to be here all through the weekend. It's going to be here through the weekend. So there could be video revealed, but hate to let down the crowd here.
Well, here's one way you could. This is what the crowd's.
I have a filter on my camera, so no one can see your horrible wrinkles. Go back to bed. ... The people will go about their day very disappointed. But I never said your name, comma, so they don't know who's disappointing them. Anyway, and there is no business like show business. There's what do we got? Final comments here. Everybody, I need a great final thought into the day. I'm gonna watch some hockey. Steve, do you have a final idea, a final thought?
I'm going to watch the hockey too, actually, since it's our Thursday. These next couple hours gives me a second to sit down and watch a little hockey. Oh, you just took that off the screen. I wanted to make sure you saw that. Everyone's asking for a calf out. Since you had a calf into the show, I want to make sure that you saw. No, it's not Jonathan Bush.
No.
That we're going to give him a calf
real
out.
Celebrity. I said real celebrity.
Yeah, no, this is good. I think he should be our guest on our show Monday. We should just
can't. No, going to be out of town, flying back. Doesn't live in town. Still sending bubbles here, unless you left. Sometimes you leave the cursor in the typing field, and so it just keeps.
And then
bubbles.
It goes. That's a whole conversation in itself.
I think that's a whole nother thing that, like, Apple needs to answer to. Like, how much excitement do you get out of bubbles? Like when you see bubbles bubbling, and you're like, oh, what could this response be?
It's there on purpose.
Is it your best friend Xander, says Schmehar? It's not Xander, but Xander's famous adjacent because his girlfriend in high school was Gwyneth Paltrow. My best friend Xander.
It's not.
Is it Alan Jackson? Do you think Alan Jackson slept over at my house last night? Jesus, no. Is it Justin Bateman? I mean, Jason Bateman. Steve, you gotta stop taking him down when I put him up.
Well, we're hitting it at the same time.
All right, I'm gonna let you. Then you go. But there needs to be sometimes Steve and I fight for the remote.
Yeah. We just fight. We hit it at the same time.
But when I get on a thought process, sometimes I have to do it.
Oh my God! Now they're flying in. Here we go. Billy Crystal.
It's Billy Crystal. If Billy Crystal were upstairs asleep in my house, I would go up there with a pillow and snuff him out. That son of a. He is not a nice guy, Billy Crystal. He was very.
Charlie is a good one.
Years ago.
Charlie could be a good one.
Sheen? Sheen lives in town. He's got his own house. Is it Scott Wolf? Look at Mary Tryman. Is it? Oh, that's interesting. At least that's in the. Oh my God, people are crazy. Is it Gary Busey?
What kind of life do you lead, Billy?
Sherry. You got me. Hey, Gare.
Maybe not the guy to have over while you're having a dry.
This is the craziest thing. Is it Theo Vaughn?
Wait, Theo Vaughn.
Oh, you know what? Is Carol? We love Scott. He's so great. Is it?
Go ahead, Billy. You take it. You go. Click.
I got it.
Flying in.
Sean Payton right now. Coach Sean. Well, I sponsored him into the golf club.
Oh boy.
So it could be Sean Payton. Scott Wolf for 100 says, Lisa, it's running away with Scott Wolf. I want to have coffee with you when you're done, if that works. I want to read some of this book you gave me too. Tell them it was Will Ferrell.
Sean Penn. Billy, you got Sean Penn.
You have let down the crowd. Oh, we can do a long distance wave from the kitchen door. Steve, send me a link to the show. And I'll take it on my phone.
Here it comes right now. Hold on.
Because you know what? We got to pay this off.
Yeah, we can't go now. It's not on a Thursday. We're leaving everyone for the weekend.
You will stand at the kitchen door and wave. The shot will be a 50-yard shot.
So you're going to walk out. You're going to take it, Billy, on your phone.
If it's Ryan Seacrest, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to make him eat a huge breakfast. Have you seen him? He is skeletal skinny.
He's too skinny.
I wouldn't put it past him to be on one of those GLP-1s, just like, I got to be skinnier.
I mean, if that's what he wants to do, it's fine. But I think that he is. He's that skinny. Here you go, Billy. Any chance it's Al Roker, Billy?
Is it Al Roker? Talk about snuffing somebody out with pillows. With Crystal, I would just do it until he got to uncomfortable.
Yeah. If it was Drake May, I would be there too for all you Bostonians. There's no.
Steve would be, in the room. Steve would be in the top bunk if Drake was in the bottom bunk. Okay.
It reminds me of my story with Gronk.
All right. Let's see if we have. Okay. Here we go. Enter the studio.
My most embarrassing story. Okay. So are you going to record it? Oh, yeah, that's you. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. We'll go.
Let me.
Uh,
You got me?
Yeah. Here we go.
Does everybody have me?
Yep. You're in, Bill. Can you hear me?
Okay. I'm going to turn. I guess that camera can't turn around, so I got to use it like this.
It should. Yeah. I can't. I don't know if it will turn around or not. All right. I'm going to sign out to make this big.
Hey! Can you see me?
Yeah, we got you, Bill. We got you loud and clear. You look great.
Say hello. Hello. Wait, Steve, what's going on? Do you see it?
Yeah, he's far away. We see it. By the way, it sounds exactly like him.
Yell something meaningful.
I love me some Billy Bush.
There he is.
Have a great Thursday, everybody.
There he is. He was playing pickleball with his children last night. It was a unbelievable battle royale. All right, Mary Trotman, congratulations. You are the winner. It is, in fact, the great Scott Wolf. And when I say great, Scott Wolf. Oh, what a guy. I got to say it. All right.
So, Billy, what's the oh, there you are. So, Billy, what's the big weekend with him? What do you got going on?
Yeah, kids are just on break, and we're in town, and Wolfie's here with the kids, and we are going to little of this, little of that, maybe a little LA Open. The Genesis Golf is here at Riviera Country Club. His kids love soccer. Lionel Messi in Miami is here to play Los Angeles Football Club Saturday night.
Yes,
that's a big one.
My Galaxy are back to you. Not for anyone else in LA. Season ticket holders for the Galaxy, but Saturday night with LAFC is going to be big.
Yeah, it's going to be huge. Good looking dude is right.
The English Dick says, I have no idea who Scott Wolf is.
Oh, English Dick. Scott Wolf is a longtime television, actor. He's an actor here. He did, by the way, not just you ever seen White Squall, that movie when he was a young man? Tremendous. But he was on a very famous television show here, English Dick, called Party of Five. And it was deep into the zeitgeist in America, like Melrose Place, like Beverly Hills 90210, Gossip Girl, shows like this. But it was a deeply, deeply zeitgeisty show. Okay, English Dick? Now, get back to chasing down Prince Andrew and throwing him in the slammer. That's sick.
Billy, to tie this all together, didn't we do something with Scott while we were talking about Vancouver and Olympics earlier? I swear we did a shoot with him in Vancouver, but I don't remember why.
Probably. Well, he was living up there, I think, because they were filming some series. He was in Everwood. That's where he became so close with Treat Williams. I got to meet Treat Williams, the late, great Treat Williams, who died on his motorcycle, remember? Treat lived right up. Scott and Treat both bought houses in Utah because they filmed Everwood there. And, it was, look at that. Party of Five was on Channel 4 in the 90s over in the UK. So that you did have it, English Dick.
Billy, there was a show called V. He was on a show on V, and we played
ABC
golf with him and the co-star, Baccarin.
Morena Baccarin.
Yes, and we played pool. We were at a pool house in Vancouver. Sorry, it just hit me out of nowhere. Okay,
Steve, you have a very good memory. That's incredible. I forgot that.
Yeah,
you don't love him as much as I do. I can tell you that. Scott is my beloved friend. We're very, very close. This is not one of those Hollywood friends. This is tell me everything. You know what I mean? To the grave kind of stuff. Party of Five had heart. Lisa, I'm one who believes if a show doesn't have heart, it ain't no good. It's got to be in there somewhere. Billy always pulling out names. Sometimes you just drop them. Other times they appear, right? Oh, man. Yeah, Treat Williams was such a kid. His wife was so lovely. God, remember going to his house, and I remember the sunset was always right into his living room. So he had this wonderful screen that would drop down off the porch. So it would protect you while you're having a cocktail. And he would have a beautiful little cocktail hour and win a couple times. And he had such a cool guy. He died on his motorcycle in Vermont, I think. Oh, God, it was so sad. Anyway, and what hair. Oh, God, thank you for that. Yeah. A man likes to be recognized for his hair. I've always asked guys, would you rather have a or a great head of hair? You know what I mean? One has to be great. The head of the hair or the
Well, all I know, Billy, is I got one of those two. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
Do ya? Do ya? I know I do. And when I say I got one and only one.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. We'll leave it right there. Hold these people to account.
All right.
Go USA. USA women's hockey. Can't wait. 1:00 Eastern time. Big Steve, have yourself a tremendous weekend.
Yes.
We will. Sorry, Allie. I did it again. She goes under this Hannah 6754.
Well, was that her? Oh, that's fine.
Steve, are you like so slow? I mean, come on. No.
Oh, Billy,
All right, let's
I'm,
get some coffee.
I'm gonna hit the music here but I need to. We had a bunch of people wanting you to go off with the Cavs again. You came on with the Cavs, so before I hit the music, we got to let
Let's
them
go
know.
out.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
You know, I think I should do an OnlyFans for these things. See ya.